Every Winston Cup pit stop, and you'll see coming in from the right, the inspector is going to come in here to have a look at the left front on Mark Martin's car. And he's pointing to where there's a stud with no lug nut, and Mark Martin had to come in and replace it.
That's a shame.
So he's the last car on the lead lap for the restart.
He went from 2nd to 11th, but with the lap cars on the inside, it's like restarting this race in 22nd position. A lot of cars to fight.
And this is when you come back out and you have a caution right now, something happens to you, you know what you're going to say.
And this late in the race, nobody's going to give you a break of no kind.
We had no business back there in the first place.
But Martin is still in it to win it. He's one of 11 cars on the lead lap as we get the restart, with 52 laps to go in Darlington. Timmy Johnson in the wall off turn 2.
Yeah, he just shoved up there, got up on top of it, I'm not sure he's going to, I don't think it hurt it that much. It's still going.
This is where you kind of forget about racing the racetrack, getting this late in the race. Boy, Kurt Busch, he got a heck of a run off turn 2. He's right up on the rear bumper, Jeff Gordon. He's going to pull to the inside, heading down the backstretch. He wants the lead of this race.
Missed his pit under the green flag earlier, lost 6 spots. Now he's right back in it. And does the big slide.
I saw him do that once before, and he didn't quite make it. Then I'll fall back in here and try that again.
And while they were doing that, Elliott Sadler in the 38 pulls right up on Kurt Busch's rear bumper.
And they're 3 wide here. Jeff Green gets a bit of bumper from Bill Elliott. And there's Matt Kenseth back with them up front. Busch going to try it again.
Yeah, he
Same
gets a whale of a run off of that second turn.
But boy, Jeff Gordon drives it down in there to 3 and 4.
Come on in there, Elliott. You make it 3. Let's get a 3-way battle going here.
This looks like that high line is just the way to go through 3 and 4. You keep that momentum. There's a lot better grip up there.
Boy, Kurt Busch got to be careful going here. Good job. Elliott Sadler's the one that's got it. Jeff can't get off of turn 2 over there. He's pushing, and the car's a little too tight. Yikes!
Elliott Sadler, he ran out of racetrack over there. He's going to possibly lose 2nd position, but boy, he bailed her off into turn 3.
Nah, he did. He just got out there and got real close. Got the Darlington stripe.
Darrell and Larry, way I'm seeing this right now, somebody needs to throttle these guys back, Kurt Busch as well as Elliott Sadler, and realize we still got almost 40-something, 48 laps to go. You go too hard too soon here, you're going to use your tires up. A veteran like Jeff Gordon will run off and leave you, or he'll drive back by you and still wind up winning this race. They got to show some patience.
Yeah, Jeff Gordon he's going to be hard to shake out of that lead. I've seen him. He gets out front here at Darlington, and man, he's hard to get around.
I'm going to give you 4 fellows to watch who did not battle hard right from the restart. Dave Blaney, Dale Jarrett, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Tony Stewart.
And Dave Blaney, he has been good on those long runs. We've talked about that all day long. He took care of his stuff on this restart, watching these guys up there beating and banging, using their stuff up.
Run your line. He's going to knock a hole here for you.
They're still telling him, run your line. Run your race. Race this racetrack.
Elliott Sadler is, I'm telling you, Elliott Sadler probably got the quicker of the 2 cars by about a 10th looking at the lap times.
Well, I know we're here at Darlington, but I can't wait till next week, DW. That's old DW's house up there, Bristol.
I love it.
Half-mile high bank beating and banging for sure there. Arrow don't need anything.
Now, Mark Martin had to restart 11th because he had to replace that lug nut. He has now climbed 1 spot to 10th.
They just went around Bill Elliott down here in turns 3 and 4, so he's got a good car. We know that, and he's still got time.
And his lap times are as good as Elliott Sadler's in 2nd place, and Jeff Gordon's the leader.
And that's back there battling cars. His lap times are that good.
Just moved around Bill Elliott to take over ninth.
I tell you, old Bill Elliott, that 9 car, 700 career start, 50th start here. He's been pretty racy all day long here today.
This is his racetrack where he's always excelled. It's just a track where you got to be smooth, you got to be patient, and Bill does just race the racetrack. If you notice, he's never got anybody much around him. He's usually riding along all by himself.
Elliott twice the winner of this race, twice the winner of the Southern 500, and right behind him, the point leader, Matt Kenseth. Here's Dick.
Kansas has had an incredibly eventful weekend for sure. Earlier yesterday, he dragged an oil line on the racetrack. They thought maybe it was a blown engine with all the smoke. It wasn't. Earlier in today's race, he spun, wound up in an accident, and now they're having trouble getting the car dialed in. It seems as if every pit stop these guys make, they don't quite know what's going to happen to the car when they take the green flag. Sometimes it's pushing, sometimes it's loose. It's pushing here, it's loose there. They just don't know what to expect from this thing. But all day long, it has been best on long runs, so they are hoping this thing goes all the way to the checkered flag.
And I tell you now, Dick, we talked earlier, the sun was out. Now it's went back in. So again, this racetrack is changing, plus the weather keeps changing on these guys.
Too bad about Mike Skinner back there, about the fourth car back. He's got a car capable of keeping up with these guys, but that pit stop when the caution came out is what got him in trouble.
Mark Martin continues to work toward the front. He's passed Tony Stewart, moves him up to 8th. Our leader, Jeff Gordon, just 2/10 ahead of pole sitter Elliott Sadler. Go to the leader's pit, Matt Yocum.
Mike, back in the spring of 2000, Jeff Gordon had a tough start to the year, was winless. Fabricator Steve Berg felt like they needed to have a change in luck. So he wrote the initials and car number of his childhood hero, the late Richie Evans, RE61, on the front bumper. In the next 103 races, Gordon won 12 times. Each week, Bergie would write the initials and car number. Last week, car chief Steve Letarte was washing the front of the car. He washed it off. He forgot to rewrite it. Gordon went out and finished second, nearly won the race. Guess what tradition came to an end this week? Missing Richie Evans' car number, but certainly his memories are still strong with this race team.
Evans, the 9-time National Modified Division champion from Rome, New York. Laps to go. Who wore the new off their tires, and who will be in contention to win as this race comes to conclusion?